Alright, so for question 27, in the diagram below, PQ and RS are the arcs of two quadrants with a common center O. So for quadrants, you need to remember this is your 1/4 of your circle, right? Given OQ equals to QS, so this is your OQ, this is your QS, which also you can know that these are in equal length. So the 14 here, you can actually be divided into 2. This would be 7, this would be 7, right? Calculate the area in cm square of the shaded region. So you are looking for the shaded area, this part. Since this is a quadrant and this is like our pizza, so you can just use the bigger portion to subtract the smaller portion, all right? Quadrant, you can basically just use 1/4 multiply with the area of the circle. So in this case, this is going to be your pi r squared. Since I have two different r, I can just assume my longer r as big R, and the smaller part is actually my small r. Okay, so for area of your shaded region, you can just use 1/4 pi r squared minus 1/4 pi r squared, right? Or even you can just use your pi r squared minus your pi r squared, but it's in a smaller r, then multiply by 1/4, right? You should be able to get the same answer as well. So if this is the basic rule, you can just put your 1/4 with 22/7. Your big R is going to be your 14 square minus 1/4, then 22/7. And since over here you have your small r basically it's 14/2, you get a square here, right? So in this case, you may need to put in the formula so that you can get a 14/2 which you will get a 7, right, by the end. In this case, you can just press your calculator. When you have 1/4 multiply 22/7 times 14 square, you have 154 minus everything, but instead of 14, you will have a 7 now. So this is a 38.5, right? Then you just use 154 minus the answer, you will get 115.5 square centimeter. And that's it, right, for this part. Okay, moving on for your B, the diagram below shows a semicircle POQ and sector ROS with common center O. And over here, since this is a 14, over here you will have another 14, right? Because the center O is commonly shared for these two regions. The length of arc RS, so this is your length, 18 and 1/3. And S is the midpoint of OQ. So if this is a midpoint, then again you will have 7 here, you have a 7 here, right? Then by using your pi equals to 22/7, find the value of your theta. And in this case, since you have your arc length, you have your radius, you need to look for your theta. You can just use theta over 360, multiply 2 pi r equals to the arc, right? So theta over 360 times 2 times pi times your r equals to 18 and 1/3, which you can basically change into improper fraction. You will have 55/3. Okay, but before you continue, basically you can just mix everything here together. Let's see, you have 1/360 times 2 times 22/7 times 7. You have 11/90 theta equals to 55/3, right? So to get your theta, you are just using 55/3 multiplied with 90/11. So you have 55/3 divided by the answer, and you will get 150 as the answer. Okay, so in this case, you know that your theta is 150, and for part 2, you are required to look for the perimeter of the shaded region. In this case, your shaded region is going to be here. with this part and continue with your PO, your OR, and your RS. Okay? PO, you have already gotten your 14. OR is 7 because this is also the radius. SQ is also 7 because S is the midpoint of your 14 cm, right? RS you have already found is your 18 and 1 over 3, and basically you just need to find the arc length for PQ. So you can just start by checking your arc PQ. Since your POQ, this whole part is a semicircle, you will just use 1 over 2 times 2 pi r to get the arc length of your PQ, right? So 1 over 2 times 2 times pi, and your r here is 14. You just press your calculator again, you will get 44 cm over here, right? Then finally, you just put your perimeter and make sure you will add all the numbers involved. You have 44 plus 7 plus 18 and 1 over 3. Again, you can change to 55 over 3 plus 7 plus another 14. So before you continue, you just recheck if every single number is being calculated. You have one number, two numbers, 3, 4, and 5, right? So this is complete. You can just again use your calculator. 44 plus 7 plus 55 over 3 plus 7 plus 14. And your final answer is 90 and 1 over 3 centimeter. Okay? Then for C. Okay, so the diagram shows a right angle triangle PQR and a parallelogram STOV. Express X in terms of Y and Z. So based on these two diagrams, you can actually see only your right angle triangles here. You are involving your X, Y, and Z. Okay, and since you are looking for the expression of X in terms of Y and Z, it means you need something X equals to with your Y and Z located on your right hand side. This is a right angle triangle, and again there's only one formula involved, which is your Pythagoras theorem. Right? So if this is your A, this is your B, this is your C, you can just do basic substitution to get your 4x squared. You will use z squared minus y plus 4 squared. Right? Because you are looking for the shorter side. Okay, then you can probably expand it first. You have 16x squared equals to z squared minus your y plus 4 squared. Again, you can remain it, or you can basically just shift your square over, right? Or you can just expand. You have 16x squared equals to z squared minus y plus 4 squared. To get your x squared, you will have z squared minus y plus 4 squared over 16. Okay, and to get your final x, you will square root everything, where you will have z squared minus y plus 4 squared over 16, or you can just live with z squared minus y plus 4 squared with the square root, but everything divided by 4, because you have already square rooted the 16 value. Okay, then it is given that the total area of the two shapes is a square centimeter. Write an algebraic formula for the total area. So this is your right angle triangle, this is a parallelogram. When you have added these two together, you will have the total area of A. So A equals to, formula of you calculating your right angle triangle is half, multiply the base, multiply the height. So you are having 1 over 2 times 4x times y plus 4 plus, for parallelogram basically is the base times height. So you have y multiplied with 3x. Then you can just do your simplification again. You will have 2x, y plus 4 plus 3xy. And you can just expand this because you can simplify with your 3xy. So you are having 2xy plus 8x plus 3xy equals to 5xy plus 8x. Right, so this is the final answer for your part 2.